The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Not much on this one. Takes it from the 21.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
The Patriots at 4-5, a game under 500. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They run it again with Chubb, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now a give left side for Chubb. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They were ahead of schedule at on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. So they're going for it, and here's Allen. Oh, fires this one downfield for Chubb. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Now a first carry here for Robinson.
And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams would take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9. Montgomery on the counter. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Patriots are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now a whistle and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. In motion right is Hopkins. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taking it about the 16. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
1-7, their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now, this organization, more than likely, if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves. But with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So's the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
We're scoreless after one.
That's the end of the first quarter with no scores.
On the set. Check right. Set.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Second down and a run by Robinson. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he is going to lose yardage here. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1. But this D was up to the challenge and stopped him. Bring it up 4th down.
Here we go. Here we go.
Lance and company going on 4th down. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Pats will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Here's Allen to throw it. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Allen now on 1st down. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. It's a gain of 34.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback. And he put it right where it needed to be.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Josh Allen, his 11th touchdown on the year. And the Patriots post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be sterner with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
From the 36, Lance. This will be caught downfield by Moore. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
On first down, Lance, and this one too low.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Lance now to throw. And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Patriots are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Now, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
That time, a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
On first down, they'll run with Chubb.
They find some open field here. There he goes, left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Nick Chubb with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
From the 31, Lance. He's going deep for Brown. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. To throw, it's Lance. Quick slant to Brown. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. Off of play action. Here's Lance. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Dallas Goedert, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make our score 14-7. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. And they'll send the slot in motion left. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's got some space here. And how about that for just running out the clock? Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And again, it's Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On 2nd and 11 now. Allen trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Colts force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. A final shot before half for Lance. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And he will be out of bounds as time has run out on this first half. So we've reached halftime here at Gillette Stadium with the Patriots on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lance. Going to be caught here, left side, Moore. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
Here we go, set. Blue check.
A give left side to Robinson.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Robinson with another carry.
Pushes him over. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
41 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Robinson up the middle.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. On the give, here's Robinson. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Running left, Montgomery. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Ready.
They'll run with Robinson. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Robinson. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
And he takes it in for a Colts score. David Montgomery taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Colts are an extra point away from drawing level. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 125 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And how about this, a fake? And this is caught, and the gamble pays off. They get the first. That goes for 15 yards on the fake, a first down. And a lot of fist pumps right now on that sideline. And I don't know what the method is to know when to dial up a fake punt, when not to. Whatever the method there, it worked for him.
I think you actually did explain it. There is no method. It's just a feel, a sense, and a healthy dose of guts in order to call that play in that situation.
Element of surprise, I guess, right?
Yeah, element of surprise and just a strong belief that, hey, we're going to get it done.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run it again with Chubb, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner, but after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse. How's that?
8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking. The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Hopkins, the man in motion right. 2nd down, here's Chubb again. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Colts force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Lance. This is caught. It's Brown. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Handoff now to Robinson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Play action, now it's Lance. This one is caught, it's Moore. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. I tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he's got it to about the 40. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Eight yards to go on second down. They'll run again here with Robinson. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
On the very outer edge of field goal range, it would be 56 yards if they got nothing here on third down. Lance back to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Pats are going to get the football here as he gets this out to the 38-yard line. And I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. Now Allen. Going right side here, and that's complete. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage are typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Alert, alert, alert!
Second down, here's Chubb again. And some room to run now. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They just likely won this thing in regulation. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Here's Lance. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the Patriots are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. but you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on, but it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. In motion right is Hopkins.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game.